Geometry benchmark 1-1 is on transformations. First problem asks us to reflect triangle ABC across the line y equals the opposite of x. Well, y equals the opposite of x. If you want to make an xy table, looks like, I don't know, if x is 3, y is negative 3. If x is negative 2, positive 2. It's the opposite sign. So 1, 1, 2, negative 2, 3, negative 3, all these dots going along here. So if I just want to, I'm just going to make a rough dotted line through there. We're going to reflect that triangle over that line. Now when I do that, I'm going to just count perpendicular line. You know, this has to be perpendicular here. 1.5, I'm kind of showing right here. 1.5 units through here. So I'm going to keep going a half and a 1. So 1.5, half and a 1. For B, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.5, half, 1, 2, 3. So that's where my B prime is going to be. This is where my A prime is going to be. For C, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.5, half, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you could just start with the 1 point and then just figure out the rest by counting the triangle. But there's my triangle. That's my C prime. And I'm going to erase the little mess I made here. I might as well erase that line too for the next problem. And for the second one, which is probably the one that most of you have trouble with, we're going to rotate the triangle clockwise about the origin. Well, clockwise is that way. Okay, it goes down. So if we're in the first quadrant, we're going to drop down to the fourth quadrant here. And we're going to go, I guess one of the easiest ways here is just draw a little line to your point of rotation and just look at that line. If I figure out the slope of that line, it's got a rise of 1 and a run of 2. So my slope right here of that line is 1/2. Now if I think about perpendicular lines, and I want to make that go 90 degrees, and 90 degrees is perpendicular, I'm going to flip that slope to 2 over 1 and make it negative. So from the origin, if I go down 2 over 1, then it shows me where my next point is going to be. So my A prime is going to go 90 degrees this way, down to that spot right there. And then for me, I would just count out the rest. I just visualize this triangle rotating down to the right, okay, or down to the left, I guess you could think of it that way. And the vertical line here, vertical side, becomes horizontal. And just count it, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my B prime ends up over here. And then my horizontal from A to C is going to end up vertical. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. And just connect the dots. So my C prime ends up there, my B prime and my A prime are there. It's a little messy here. Let's clarify this a little bit. There's my A prime. And that's rotated 90 degrees clockwise. And then for the final one, we're going to translate the triangle. So it goes to so A has the coordinates negative 9, 5. We'll plot negative 9, 5 right there, and that's going to be my A prime. And simply figure out the rest of the triangle, how it fits. Okay. If I go from A up to B, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4 units up, there's my B prime. And C is 6 to the right. Connect the dots. Make sure I don't do that. I did forget to read my directions where they say label the triangle, so let's go back. Capital C for this one. And for B, capital B in the middle. And capital A for the first one. Double check my directions, points, select, and we should be good.